This is Basimimar with Falafel Software, and today I'm going to be showing you how to configure your Sitefinity 3 Ultimate Suite. By now you probably should have installed it. If you haven't done so already, just go ahead and follow the first video, which goes over the installation of how to get this installed. Otherwise, we can go ahead and next step from there is to configure Ultimate Suite and go from there. Alright, so I'm going to show you where these settings are located. I'll log in here. I just installed the Ultimate Suite here. Now we're going to go to Administration, Tools, Settings. And here you'll see all the settings for the Ultimate Suite. And so if you want to change the way it works, any behavior or notifications or anything like that, this is where it'd be located. And what these are actually is app settings in the web config file. So this is just an interface to the app config. The app settings in the web config. So you'll see that these reflect the settings that are in this location right here. So as you can see, I'm using the dot notation for the app settings, and what this does is actually categorizes by the first word of that comes before the first period. So you see here events. You'll see all the events are listed. All the event settings are listed under this category. Same thing with news. It behaves the same way. Blogs, libraries, and so forth. So you'll see that this dot notation is pretty cool. It's actually if you want to add your own settings in here, what you can do is if you use the dot notation, you can put anything you want, and it'll actually be just an interface to change your settings for anything you want that you're using the app settings for. So if I were to save this here and I were to reload this page, you should see that there's a new category here called Basim, and this is because it's before the period. So it's if you were to list more items here under Basim dot notation, then they'll all be listed in this category, and it's easy to group them together this way. And this is a really cool feature, not just for the Ultimate Suite, not just for Sitefinity even, but ASP.NET in general, where it's just an interface for the app settings, which is used for various web applications. So now we have an idea of where the settings are and where they're stored. I can go through each of these settings here and kind of explain what each of them does. For the first setting here, it's called the events default page, and what this is, it's telling the Ultimate Suite where the details of the events are located. Now, you know, the native functionality of Sitefinity is that if you were to go to the page and you wanted to add an event list on that page, you'd use the same control, which is called event view. And that control is used to not just display the list of events, but also if you click the event, it would actually reload that page, and it would load the details of the event in that same control. So let me go ahead and illustrate this. So as we can see, there's no pages here yet, so I'm going to create an events page. So we're going to go ahead and create that page. And if we look under the events section, there's many controls here, and this is the native Sitefinity events view, and this events view is used to not just display a list of events, but also if you were to click the event, it would populate the details of the event in that same control. But what the Ultimate Suite did was separate that functionality into two separate controls: the event list to show the list of events, and the event view 2, which is part of the Ultimate Suite. So what we're going to do is we're going to show just the event list on this page. And we're going to publish. So let's go ahead and view that page. So now you see the events list page is different, and there's all these different functionalities that the Ultimate Suite adds on, like the add to calendar. There's all these different formatting, different formattings for the event list. But if you were to click an event, it's not going to go anywhere because it's expecting a different control for that, for the Ultimate Suite. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an extra page here underneath it called View, and it's just used to view the details of the events. And this normally wouldn't be shown in the navigation because it's expecting information from an event. So now instead of using the events view from Sitefinity, we're going to use the events view from the Ultimate Suite. Alright, so we're going to publish that, and now we got to set the details page of the event in the control of the list. So you've seen this before with the native functionality, but we're going to enforce this with the Ultimate Suite. So as you can see here, we can choose where the event will be loaded, and we're going to choose the event view, which has our new event view 2 control. And we're going to go ahead and publish. So let's go back here and try this again. So now when you click on an event, it should load the event in the view page with the Ultimate Suite control, and you see there's all these functionalities from the Ultimate Suite that are not in the native functionality of Sitefinity. So these are two separate controls. Now this has to be known by the Ultimate Suite in advance where that details page is, and that's where this comes in. We have to tell the Ultimate Suite in advance where the details page of the event is, because the Ultimate Suite uses that information to build shortened links, or to send it to Twitter or Facebook or notifications or anything like that, where it needs to send the link of the event. It needs to know this information in advance. So that's what this event view app setting is for. Now this actually works with all the generic content-based modules, so it works exactly the same as news and the same as blogs. So just keep that in mind when you're creating your pages for news and events and blogs. You want to use a separate control and page for the list and the details. Alright, so the next thing on our list here is the admin email address, and this is used for notifications of when a new event was posted on the website. You get a notification for that, or if somebody comments on your event, you get a notification to either moderate it, or if just let it pass, but you still get notifications of the comments. So that's what this is for right here. Search indexes is these are used for the indexes for searching. So if you want people to search your events and you want the results to show, if you want them their search to actually search through summaries or city or state, then this is where you would add the meta field for that. So if you want, so when people search your events, if you don't want their search to search country or state or city, you just want them to search the results to search for summary and contact name and title, this is where you'd put the meta fields for that. But once you make that change, remember to re-index your searches, so now when people go back into your website and search for events, then it'll be searching for these different meta fields. Alright, so the next thing here is the default information for location name, location details, street, city, and so forth. These are all related as one kind of default information. And what this is used for is when you're creating events, you don't want to keep inputting the same information for the location or the contact information. you want this to be pre-populated in advance if it's always going to be the same, and that's where you would put this information here. So to illustrate this, let's go and create an event, and we'll see that information being populated for us. So now when you create a new event, you see that this information is being pre-populated with all the configuration settings you have for that section, so you won't have to keep doing this every time you create a new event. Okay. Alright, so that should take care of all the configurations for events. The news and blogs are work the same way in regards to you got to specify the page for the details, and also for notifications you want to let it know if it's going to like a different department, then you can put that separate different email just for news and blogs. Okay, so next is the library's configuration. Oh, let me reset that view here. So this is the search indexes for libraries, and there was no search index in Sitefinity for libraries, so now people can search your images and your videos by name, alternate text, author, and description, and so forth. So if you want to their search to look into just name and description, then you would just put this information here and you'd save it, and remember to re-index your searches, and now when people search your library, it'll just be searching for these two meta fields just as events. Same thing for products. There's meta fields for that, so people can search. And this works the same way because the products is a generic content-based module as well. You have to specify in advance where that details page is, and that's what this is. Next is the bit.ly configuration for shortening your URLs for Facebook and Twitter. So this you have to put your API username and password in here, and so whenever an event is created, it automatically goes to bit.ly and gets a shortened URL, and it can get added to Twitter with that shortened URL. Alright, so the next thing on our list is File Manager, and what this is it's referring to this section up here. This has been completely replaced with the Route Explorer and with settings. So what the settings is telling you here is that you can only view the folders, these folders here. So if you were to put an extra folder here, let's call it let's show the app data folder, for example. Okay, let's save that. Just recompiling. It's every change you make in the configuration is actually changing the web config file, so your application is restarting. So the app data folder here is now showing, just because I listed it in the list of folders to show. Okay, so the next thing is these are the extensions that you're allowed to modify, because what the Ultimate Suite comes with is a CSS editor, so you can actually modify style sheets and JavaScript files directly from here. So no longer do you have to go into the back end on the file system to make these changes. You can make your changes to your style sheets directly from the admin panel. So what this is referring to is the extensions that are allowed to be modified that way. So if I were to take out the .css extension, then no longer would you be able to modify that those files with that extension. So as you can see, it's no longer authorized for you. Okay, so let's put that back in.